Ladies and gentlemen, super welcome to today's video. Guys, as you might have read from the title, we're doing another retro shooter today, and there has been plenty of those lately, and there is even more to come. But don't worry, I haven't strayed from my main goal, which is to cover all types of shooter games. But sometimes retro shooters come in plenty, and sometimes modern shooters come in plenty. That's just how it is, and I love both. And if you do as well, you're most likely gonna like this channel. Today I'm here to let you know some good things and some not so good things of the Quake and Doom inspired first-person action horror adventure called nothing less than Hrot. I'll just put it on screen instead, here you go. When it comes to the story, as in so many other shooter games nowadays, Hrot actually lacks a story. Instead, the game focuses on atmosphere, making it obvious from the outset that evil lurks everywhere in this game, actually doing quite a good job at immersing the player to the fullest. Hrot also teases a real-world environment based on actual locations of the Czech Republic, filled with references to the 1986 real-life Czechoslovakia, from vehicles to signage and Slavic legends. The game grounds you in reality, making for a crazy cool contrast to the unusual enemies that you encounter. The combination establishes an undeniably creepy mood, and I actually love the direction this game has taken. The developer really nailed it. The amount of real life and craziness is just perfect for it to be really good. However, I do like my good stories in games, and this game is just begging for a good story writer to get his hands on it and write a story. But we are left without a story. When it comes to the gameplay in Hrot, it is fast-paced and it is challenging, with a good amount of different enemies, ranging from your typical grenadier to shooting gorillas and deadly rats. The game actually has a ton of varying enemies that all require a little bit of different tactics to take them down, and the player gets to choose from a variety of weapons to take them down with, ranging from your typical shotgun to your own foot kicking things down like Jackie Chan himself. However, each weapon clearly has its own strengths and weaknesses. That is made very clear to the player after testing out one of the weapons for just a brief moment, opting for the right weapon at the right time, which adds to the strategics this game has going with the varying enemies. The game also features a variety of levels to explore, each with its own unique challenges and obstacles to overcome, with real-life inspired environments that I already touched on, and on average, each of these maps has around 5 secrets for you to find. And they are not impossible to find either, which is a really nice touch. Usually, I never find any of these secrets in games. You suck! But in this game I did actually find a couple, and to add upon that, I feel like the levels are very well thought out. You do get to backtrack a whole lot in each level, but it always changes somehow. The second time you get to the same place, there are different enemies there, or a new door that unlocked, or something else that happened, which makes it interesting to backtrack. And as we're talking about the gameplay, this is actually where the game really shines. Everything has been handcrafted to near perfection when it comes to retro shooters like this. However, I am missing something, and that is something to make the game stand out from all the rest. As I just said, everything is nearly perfect, but there's nothing new in this game, there's nothing innovative in this game. So apart from the setting, there is really nothing that sets this game apart from a lot of other retro shooter games out there. But the game is also just in early access. Even though it has been for quite some time now, there is still more things coming now and then. So who knows, something innovative might just be around the corner. I will of course do an updated 1.0 review as soon as the game has its 1.0 launch, but that might take quite some time, because this is a single developer game. Now let's talk a bit about the graphics. When it comes to the graphics, Hrot is using the custom-made Slade engine, and it was developed by the creators of Hrot specifically for this game. Slade is a retro-style graphics engine that uses 3D models, but with flat textures, giving the game a pixelated and low-poly aesthetic. The engine also features advanced lighting effects and dynamic shadows, which help to enhance the game's atmosphere and visual fidelity. And honestly, I do really like the graphics, and the graphics engine seems to have been delivering on what it exactly set out to deliver. A modern looking 90s game. However, The game is way too brown. The game could definitely use 1 or 2 more colors to it. Right now it's looking like 50 shades of brown. It would not hurt to put in more colors into the game. But other than that, it looks fantastic. And when it comes to the audio, the soundtrack is actually excellent, with moody and atmospheric music that adds to the overall sense of tension and unease in the game. And the sound effects, they're also well designed. It really sounds like a game from the 90s, and each weapon has their distinct sound that really adds to the satisfaction of using it.
Yes! Come on!
So in conclusion guys, this is a fantastic retro-inspired shooter that does almost everything right, but without any innovation or new thinking or colors for that matter. It is very straightforward, what you see is what you're getting, but if a simple yet excellent retro shooter is just what you're looking for, I highly recommend Hrot. And for even more awesome shooter games, don't miss these.